Hello and welcome back to Drama Recap. It has been over 2 years, just about 2 years and 4 months or so or almost 5 months since I've posted a video on this channel. And just a lot has been going on in my life. I have done some other YouTube videos on my booktube channel, explaining kind of where I've been and what I've been doing, and just a lot was going on. But today I am back because I want to talk about the latest Amberlynn Reid drama. Now, before I stepped away, I really started covering Amberlynn a lot on this channel, and if I do continue to move forward and make videos, I can't promise at a regular interval, but if I do, I probably will cover Amberlynn a lot just because I find the drama surrounding her to be endlessly fascinating, excuse me. I want to talk today about the latest reaction channel drama. So basically, if you are not caught up on Amberlynn, I do want to do a really long video on Amber, basically explaining her lore and her history and all of the things that you need to know to get caught up. But that video is going to take a while, and I have stopped and started working on it many times. And I actually was earlier this year planning on filming the entire thing and editing it and uploading it. And then all of the Emily stuff went down over the summer. And if you don't know who Emily is, we will find out really quickly here. But if you are watching this, you probably are at least a little bit familiar with Amberlynn, but to kind of really quick 30-second speed run catch you up on what you need to know for today's video, talking about Amber and Rachel. Basically, Amber has been in a relationship for the last year with a woman named Emily, who also goes by some other names, Willow and Oak. She kind of created herself. Amber herself would call her Tommy, but pretty much since the summer drama went down with everything, everyone's just been using her real name, which is Emily. A couple of weeks ago, at the beginning of October, a reaction channel by the name of Rachel, who I really enjoyed at the time, posted a video where she shared screenshots of a conversation between Amber and Emily when Amber was in Wisconsin about a year ago now, last fall and early winter. During this time, probably the biggest controversy to date in the Amber world has happened, and that was Amber lost her cat Rarity. And a lot of channels have kind of been framing the conversation around Amber and Emily about like finding the truth, what happened to Rarity. And Rachel, in sharing these screenshots, was basically framing it as Emily was a victim of DV by Amber, and we are getting to the truth of what happened to Rarity, and we should believe Emily's story of what happened to Rarity and not believe Amber, essentially. Rachel posted another video, and then there started to be some rumblings in the community, if you will, of kind of some shady dealings going on. And basically, Rachel came out and said in a community post that yes, she agreed to pay Emily money for a video that she was going to make. But when Rachel found out that Amber and Emily were speaking again and were on speaking terms, she backed out of that deal and said, I'm not giving you any of the money, actually, that I originally agreed to split with you. Rachel agreed to split half of the AdSense money from the video that she was going to make. There was going to be a third video of the two that she already made. That video didn't work out, and so Rachel and Emily agreed that Rachel would pay Emily for the video that she had already posted. And then basically Rachel backed out of that and said, I'm not giving you any money. And then she came on and said that she thinks she was going to donate that money to like a DV charity. A lot of people said that she should donate the money to Beck, who is an ex of Amberlynn. The Beck era was a very long, substantial period in Amber's life, and earlier this year, Beck came out and kind of told their full story of what they went through when they were with Amber, and there was a lot of just upsetting information, and people are very much on Beck's side. They feel as though Beck is definitely a victim of at least emotional abuse, if not financial. That's a big conversation that we are going to touch on today, but I want to cover in my long Amberlynn video. Not physical. Beck has admitted that there was never any physical abuse when they were with Amber. However, Beck feels that that could have gotten to a place, or it could have been at a place where that was possible had Amber been more mobile and in better condition when they were together. Amber reached her highest recorded weight when she was with Beck, and so there's a messy conversation surrounding that. But a lot of people are on Beck's side. Coming back to the Rachel Emily situation, about like 16 hours ago from the time I'm filming this, another reaction channel, Charlie Gold, posted on their Twitter. He had received some leaked messages from a Discord server. Now, I believe this Discord server is Rachel's private Discord server, and there are at least 2 other reaction channels confirmed to be active in this Discord server. One is Hecticana, who I have watched. One is Jawbone, who I think I've watched one video from before. Like, their name sounded familiar when I was seeing all this come up, but they're not someone I actively was watching. Seem to be the 3 main reactors, and then allegations that Mr. Snowflake was also in this Discord at some point. I don't know. I don't know. But then the rest of the people in here are just general viewers, I believe, of Rachel's. I don't know if they've paid like some sort of Patreon or something to get into the Discord. Honestly, I didn't even know there was a Discord until all of this went down. But basically, there are some leaked messages from this Discord where Rachel is being very smug and kind of being really condescending, and said that they did not want to donate the money that they had earned from that video to Beck, that they wanted to do it to a charity to get a tax write-off. And it really came across that they were really just kind of doing that, like the video, for the money. There also is this whole other piece of Rachel seemingly flirting and potentially liking Emily. Rachel admits to flirting with Emily in some of the screenshots from the Discord message. And so that's not a good look. I mean, Emily, to get into it, because I haven't mentioned in this video, and if you're not familiar at all with Amber, Emily is a feeder. If you don't know what a feeder is, basically that is someone who likes their partners to consistently eat and eat and eat until the point that they are unable to continue on, if you kind of know what I'm saying. And that did happen to Emily's fiance. They were engaged. Emily's fiance passed away due to health complications due to overeating and being overweight. When Emily came onto the scene, you know, the whole feeder allegations, can you even really call them allegations when there's so much evidence about it? Once again, I will cover more of that in my longer Amber video, but Emily is not a popular figure in the Amber Reid universe, like, at all. And so for Rachel to be like, yeah, I flirted, even if it's just to get the tea, like, how far are you willing to go? And a lot of people that have been kind of discussing this, I've seen a few community posts about it. I have seen a few videos about it already this morning. Basically, my thoughts is that there is no moral and ethics in this community of reacting to Amberlynn and some of the other girls that are in Girl World, as it is affectionately called. There is no moral police. There is no moral superiority over anyone else. Like, everyone, in my opinion, involved in this is a little shady in some sort of way or the other. I think some people are just a little bit more upfront about it. And I also think there is a certain line that you don't cross. And I think that line is getting involved with the people. I think talk about them all you want, but getting involved is another conversation. And then the biggest thing is the fact that Rachel saying the words that she's saying, talking about she's going to cry her way to the bank and wipe her tears with her banknotes and basically all of this stuff. And it just wasn't a good look. In addition, they also were talking about some other reactors in the community, mainly the Ankle. I believe Rachel said that she doesn't like the Ankle's voice, which, as another more effeminate gay man who has a higher pitched voice, I was offended by this. I watched some of the Ankle's videos here and there. I think the Ankle, as that famous Amber clip uses, can be a little mean, but I think it's kind of funny. And I think the Ankle just keeps it really real on their thoughts. I think the Ankle is very authentic. And I think it's pretty clear that Rachel is not so authentic, but it also is like, you can't trust any of these people, really. Like, you can trust me, you know, to a certain extent. Most of you don't know who I am in real life. And I think that's always something important to keep in mind when you're consuming this type of content. But yeah, it's just disappointing that these people are kind of doing the same things that they're criticizing Emily and Amber for. I mean, Amber has done a lot of very serious bad things to people. And I don't want to sweep that under the rug and generalize her behavior with some of this more petty mean girl behavior that's going down. But I think the not donating the money to Beck kind of situation is really scummy. Basically trying to create a poll and blame her audience. I'm talking about Rachel now. Sorry, I don't know if that transition was smooth, but basically Rachel was like, I want to create a poll to blame the audience as to why I took it as not going to donate the money to Beck, but maybe she did mean she was going to blame the poll for donating it. That message confused me, I will admit. I initially thought that Rachel was talking about creating a poll for her audience to see what she should do with the money to somehow get them to not donate it to Beck. Like, I don't know. I was just confused because she doesn't seem to want to give the money to Beck, but then she wanted to create a poll for her audience to vote on when her audience overwhelmingly was like, you should give this money to Beck. But the way that she worded the message, it seemed like she was going to use her audience as to saying, you guys told me I should do this with the money. Like, I don't know. It was just weird. Rachel's also talked to a viewer now over DMs and basically said that all of this is out of context and that Charlie doesn't know what they're talking about. It is a complete mess. And ultimately, it's just one of those things where people just need to learn to stay in their lane. I also have seen a lot of commentary, mainly in Alex Shook's live stream that I did watch this morning, who I love Alex Shook as well. I think that he is so funny. Oh, sorry, kind of going back to the talking about other reactors. They mentioned the ankle. They also talked about, oh my God, Mr. Snowflake, Karina. They were saying that they didn't like Karina. They also said something about Jordy, like of oh lordy, it's Jordy. I just think talking about other people like that are essentially your coworkers and in the same space is also not a bad or also not a good luck and reflects badly upon you. Like if you don't like someone and their content, like keep it to yourself, really. Like just for the sake of protecting yourself, you know what, if those messages, like in this case, get out, like why would you say that over the internet, even to people you feel like you can trust? Like the only people hypothetically that I would ever say that to would probably be like my fiance and my mom and my sister, and I would never text it to them. Like I would just never do that because like even if that's your true thoughts and you want to stick by them, it's still just like not like if that ever got out, your audience would be like, oh, that's mean, like that's shady. I don't know, just kind of not smart media literacy to me, but maybe they don't care. Seems like they kind of do. Seems like Rachel might be trying to backpedal with the whole out of context situation. We'll see what Hecticana has to say about this. I guess Jawbone as well. But going back to my conversation that I was going to talk about Alex's channel, a lot of the people were saying in there that a lot of these newer reaction channels, I guess myself included, have kind of come up mainly for the money of it all. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money on the internet. I think when you do want to make money talking about this type of thing, and listen, I currently am not monetized, but would I love to be? Absolutely. Would I love to make money off of this? Yeah. Would I feel like that money is in some way, for lack of a better term, like blood money in some sort of way? Absolutely. I'm using other people's train wreck and personal strife to profit and benefit myself. But that's kind of going full circle to what I talk about at the beginning of this video of there's no higher ground in this community. There is no moral, police, and there is no one that is necessarily better than the other. Like kind of what all of this is just a little bit icky itself. It's just it's a matter of whether you can kind of get over that bump and just move on or not. I personally have. And that is my thoughts on it. But yeah, it is a little, just the whole concept of everything is a little shady. But the newer reaction channels kind of coming up for the money and not necessarily for like the love of the game, I think was a quote from Alex's live. I think it's in some ways true. Alex did point out that like if you are going to do it, I think at least know your stuff, like know your history. And I think that is important as well. I think that kind of shows maybe a little bit more of like care in your content, at least if you are at least familiar with the lore of everything and can kind of keep up with things. But yeah, that's kind of everything that I wanted to talk about. This was completely unscripted and I don't have any notes or anything in front of me that I'm following. Just kind of wanted to go off the cuff and make this a little bit more of a relaxed type thing. And yeah, like I said, we'll see whether I continue doing videos, how frequent or anything that they are. But I just kind of wanted to talk about this because I really don't have anyone else to talk about it with in my real life. And so I just wanted to get up to a camera for about 15 minutes or so and kind of just see how this went. So thank you so much for watching. I will hopefully be back with a video at some point, but I mainly want to hear from as many people that watch this video as possible down below what you think of this Amberlynn Reid reaction channel drama and the reaction channels, and what you think of the newer versus older reaction channels, and just kind of the whole premise of this video. Like, do you agree with what I've said? Do you disagree with anything? I would love to hear from anyone and everyone because I just want to talk about all of these ridiculous things and people going on, and I have no one to do it. So thanks so much, and I will see you soon.